Let's have a look at some of the feral hate and bile coming Nicki Minaj's way for standing up for Christians and for pledging her support to President Trump. Here's an example of that hate and bile courtesy of actor and singer Billy Porter.
Nicki Minaj has been trending, over
her. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. And all of them.
Joining me now is celebrity and royal commentator and host of Kinsey Schofield Unfiltered. Kinsey, that was quite the meltdown from Billy Porter.
It really was. Should we send somebody to check on him? What we're seeing here is intolerance masquerading as moral outrage. Nicki Minaj expressing her faith and her political support. I think, instead of debating it, she's met with public shaming and theatrical rage. The irony is the same people preaching inclusion, like Billy Porter, seem completely incapable of tolerating dissent, especially from a powerful woman who will not fall in line.
Well said. Now, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has called on Andrew Mountbatten Windsor to testify before Congress following the release of even more Epstein files, including disturbing photos which appear to show the man formerly known as Prince Andrew on all fours over the top of a female lying down on the floor. Kinsey, what more can you tell me about this latest Epstein document dump?
How humiliating. And we're still going through these documents. There's still more to be discovered. But I think that these latest messages and pictures only deepen the questions around Andrew's judgment and associations. The material reinforces a longstanding concern that the royal family has never fully confronted the seriousness of Andrew's proximity to Epstein. I think calls for his testimony are about accountability, and the pressure's growing because silence is no longer acceptable. But truly, how credible is Andrew? Not very.
No, I still remember that interview, that infamous interview where he spoke about how he doesn't sweat, and that was proof of his innocence. I mean, that was such an ill-advised move for him. If he's going to testify before Congress, let's hope he's a little better rehearsed than he was for that interview. Now, in another email, Sarah Ferguson, Fergie, told Jeffrey Epstein that she was waiting for her youngest daughter to come back from a shagging weekend. This is in a 2010 email after the convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein asked her if she was coming to New York.
Yeah, that email is shocking because of how casual it is. It's vulgar and good Lord. How humiliating for her daughter today. But it also reflects an environment where Epstein was normalized within royal circles long after his criminal behavior was widely known. How often do we talk about how you are who you associate with? Whether or not laws were broken, the moral failure and lack of boundaries is undeniable and deeply uncomfortable for the monarchy.
Now, Melania Trump's documentary brought in a whopping $7 million US at the box office during its opening weekend, making it the highest grossing debut for a non-fiction film in the past decade. And of course, the left-wing media are not impressed. The Hollywood Reporter called the documentary a propaganda doco. The Atlantic labelled it a disgrace, and The Guardian said it was pure, endless hell. Oh, Kinsey, they must be miserable. It's doing so well at the box office.
Are you allergic to haute couture? How can you call it miserable? I could just look at her in outfits all day long. But they are furious, but the audience has spoken. The media can sneer all they want, but 7 million does not come from ideology. It comes from genuine interest. Viewers are curious about Melania Trump as a person, not the caricature they've been sold. And that loss of narrative control is what really upsets the critics, I think.
I haven't seen it yet, so I can't pass judgment, but there is certainly a great deal of fascination with Melania. She does seem like a woman of mystery, despite the fact she's been in the public eye so long. What have you made of the film? Have you watched the full thing or seen clips?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, I did think that it would. I don't think I know her. I certainly did not walk away feeling like I know who she truly was, but I definitely thought that she was a much softer character than she's been painted out to be in the press. A great mother, somebody that is, I want to say wears the pants in the family, but I feel like that's a disservice to the president. But she is definitely the boss when she wants to be. She's a brilliant woman, has a great head on her shoulders, and is just gorgeous. I mean, I think she's incredibly beautiful.
And Kinsey, Melania has not featured on the cover of Vogue, unlike every other First Lady in recent years or other fashion magazines, despite being uniquely stunning. Now, let's talk about Joe Rogan. He's revealed that he refused to pay the Golden Globes a $500 submission fee in order to be nominated in their podcast category. Here he explains why he decided not to go through with it.
A lot of people say, why wasn't Joe Rogan nominated for the Golden Globes? And like, why did Amy Poehler win? I didn't submit. You had to pay $500. And the $500 is like for paperwork or whatever. I said, no. Like, I don't care. I already won. Like, you can't tell me I didn't win. I've been #1 for 6 years in a row. All of a sudden, you're going to have a contest in front of all these people wearing tuxedos, and you're going to say, now I'm not #1?
Smart move by him, but getting recognised by those people should not be a goal of someone like a Joe Rogan or anyone who wants to be taken seriously. It's normally a sign that you're on the wrong track if those people are giving you awards, Kinsey.
Exactly. And it's so right when he was like, you're not going to tell me I'm not #1. Analytically, statistically, you can look at that guy's number on the charts for how many years now. He's like, Amy Poehler doesn't take that away from me because a group of her friends decide to hand her this trophy. And he understands something legacy institutions refuse to admit. Cultural relevance cannot be bought with submission fees. When award bodies start charging creators to validate them, it exposes how out of touch they are.
Now, Ellen DeGeneres has been caught shopping for a new mansion the same day she joined calls for a nationwide no work, no school, no shopping protest against ICE. Kinsey, as I've often said, if the left didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards at all.
I just know that you were shocked. You were floored when you saw this story. I mean, this is textbook celebrity hypocrisy, calling for economic shutdowns while shopping for luxury real estate on the same day tells you everything. These protests are symbolic gestures that cost activists nothing. It costs them nothing to post something on their Instagram, while working families are expected to shoulder the consequences.
Now, it's been revealed that Tom Cruise deserted his £35 million Knightsbridge flat in London just days after an armed moped gang raided a nearby Rolex store because, according to insiders, Tom Cruise feels London has declined and is no longer safe. Kinsey, I know plenty of Brits who feel exactly the same way.
So do I. Thank you, Sadiq Khan. Londoners have been raising alarms about crime for years, and they are often dismissed as alarmists. But when someone as security conscious as Tom Cruise quietly exits, it reinforces what locals already know. Public safety concerns are no longer theatrical. They are lived experiences. I have friends that can't wear watches anymore. You have to wear a leash on your cell phone. It's unacceptable.
It is crazy that in a first world city, you can't just look at your phone and walk down the street because someone in a moped is going to go past and grab it out of your hand. And the cops will not help you, Kinsey, because this sort of crime is just so commonplace that they just tell you to go fill out a form and claim it on your insurance. They have given up almost.
But they will show up at your house if they don't like a tweet. They will show up at your house if they don't like what you posted on social media.
That's where the resources are. Absolutely. Kinsey Schofield, thank you so much for your time tonight.